Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Nonstop Aha Moments. I want to share with you that I've published a new book. This is my third one. It's on Amazon, and it's called Did I Really Sign Up for This? And I just kind of want to share a little bit about how this came about and what it's about. The other two books that I wrote are stories. They're just little, I was guided not to do anything more than 2 pages long. And there's 2 books with moral of the story type thing, little inspirational type things. Well, I've been writing in my journals, in a diary since the 6th grade, and then went into a journal. And in 2000, I realized that I was actually getting some messages. I would write in there, and I'd just make some kind of a comment or write a question to myself, and then all of a sudden something would come through, and it would be like if it's you, you would write, I'm concerned about this. I wonder what I should do. I think I'll go do this. However, I said, what should I do about this? And then all of a sudden I hear, we're glad that you're asking about this. We've been waiting for you. We want to offer you some help. Now, if anybody says we or you, that's not you. And I call it, that's my guides. That's my inner guides. And all of us have that, whether you believe it or not. You are being guided, like you just kind of all of a sudden know you need to go to the store and pick up a particular store, that you were driving by and you think you need to go in there. So we have that. Even the atheist who doesn't believe in God or anything spiritual, you've got some guides that are helping you arrange things. So I wrote all these messages down. In my journals, I just put a little asterisk by it. When my husband was really sick, I had all this time, but I went through my journal and I would take those messages in and put them into a Word document. And that ended up to be about 210 pages long. And then all of a sudden I get a message saying that I needed to publish that because these messages are not just for me, they're for everybody. Well, so I almost had it already written because it was in this Word document. I just had to put them in order and add a little beginning and ending and move them into chapters. Anyway, so I published this book. So this particular book has no stories in it. I had to keep myself off of telling stories, take some of those things out because this is just messages. And I'll share with you in the chapters. There's 10 chapters. The first one is, these messages are for you too. And those are messages that I couldn't fit into any particular category of the chapters that I had. And they're just general messages that really go to everybody. Even though they're talking to me, just pretend like they're talking to you and see if you can get some inner guidance from that. The second one is sit down, shut up, and listen. And I have been told that over and over and over and over. And of course, I still don't. I just keep myself busy and I'm putzing around doing everything else. And I don't sit down. You know how people have a problem with meditating. You say, I can't get my mind to shut up. Well, that's my big excuse. So I don't do that. But I can write in my journal. I mean, when I sit and write in my journal, stuff just comes through. It's really, really very amazing. So that's that one. Then letting go of my husband and best friend. And that's when my husband was passing, and I knew I had like 3 to 4 years notice that he was going, so I could get myself mentally, emotionally prepared for that. So even if you're going to read something in that chapter, even if you haven't lost or getting ready to lose your husband or whatever, or your wife, maybe you've lost somebody else or your grandparents or your best friend or something. So some of those messages could apply to you even though these are coming through me about my husband. Then I'm an infinite being and I can handle this. And that's really, really important for us to realize who the heck we really are. We're really very powerful, and we limit ourselves by how we just think we aren't, and how we can't do this because we don't have that, or there's all kinds of excuses why we can't do something really amazing and powerful in our life. And so just understand that we are really infinite beings and extremely powerful, and maybe that's kind of scary a little bit. Then I got calling in the new guy. So this chapter may not apply to you at all, but it's still an idea of how you can, set an intention and decide what you want, and you're calling it in. Doesn't have to be a guy, but you're calling in, say, the new job or the money that you need to do something, or a new house or whatever. You can read them. Then I'm so ready to be done with this pain in my body, which I have inflammation pain on my neck and my back and my hands and just kind of all over the place. And I'm just really tired of it. And I always say my back is caregiver back because of helping with my husband for 3 years when he could hardly do anything. So the caregiver and I, Trish and I, did all kinds of, we had to lift him up and roll him over in bed and get him in bed. And I think that's what happened with my back. But anyway, so I'm still working on clearing that. Then stop searching and start doing. And that's, you're always getting ready to be ready. You're ready to, I'll go do that as soon as I take this class, or as soon as the kids are gone, or as soon as I get the money, or whatever it is. There's a reason that you're always getting ready. You need to just go ahead and start doing it. You just do it, and then it'll lead you down different paths and everything. So quit using that excuse that you're not ready yet. Now this one is my favorite one, and I think it's probably the most important one in the whole book, is no way am I in a dysfunctional family. And we've had a really, really wonderful family. My childhood was really great. I had, not a lot of drama. And then we got into some drama a little bit later on. This is stories. These are messages of that, because I'm sure that everybody has somebody that you would like them to change and do things the way you want them. And these are amazing messages of like, get the heck out of the way and let this person have his own experience. I did it with my grandson for years and years. I mean, he was 28 when he finally was left here. I just did constant stuff of trying to rescue him and fix him and change him, and it didn't work, So those messages are really good, and I'm pretty sure that there's hardly anybody who doesn't have somebody in your family that you would like to change so that they're going to show up the way you want them to. Then inner peace, be willing to walk away, and that's just a different way of saying if you're not a vibrational match to somebody, your job, where you live, your spouse, your best friends, the people you hang around, if you're not a vibrational match to that, if you don't feel good when you're around them or in that place, get the hell out of there. You have no requirement to stay, even especially with family. If you go home and be around your family and they they really tug on your heart, and they're causing all kinds of, making you feel guilty or whatever that isn't making you joyful, you do not have to be, you're not required to stay with them. Just move on and get with people who do make you feel good, and that will raise your frequency up, and then you attract more of that kind of people coming into your life. Don't allow doubt to pull you off the bus. And if you I've been holding the vision for the Arizona Enlightenment Center for 18 years. I know it's going to come when the time is right. It'll come in the form it's supposed to come. I've got all these plans that, we have been working on that for literally 18 years. I got the message on that. And I haven't given up yet, because I know it's going to come when the time is right, and when the resources are here, and it's just going to be just right. We're still going to be here ready to do it, and we're not giving up on that. So don't let people pull you down from, you want to go over here and you think this is what you're going to do, and don't let somebody talk you out of that and bring you down and lower your vibration. Don't allow that. So those are the chapters of this book, and if you're interested in buying it, it's a very simple thing here. You just open the book anywhere, and in between all these little curlicue things are messages. And anything that's in italic comes from them. It's not coming from me. So then you just can open it up and just read it. And if it doesn't apply to you that day, like say you got the one of calling him a new guy, if you just open it that, and maybe that doesn't do it, so just move on to just open it in a different spot, and you'll be amazed that the messages that come in can maybe make you change what you're upset about that day, or kind of let you see things in a different way. I've had comments of people saying it's really been helpful. The dysfunctional family one, when some of these things came through, how that really helped her change her whole attitude towards somebody in her family. So anyway, that's it. It's on Amazon. You search it under Heather M. Clark, you'll find it in there. And I hope that if you want to get it, it's a wonderful Christmas presents too. From my the other two ones are little stories. Be really great gifts for somebody. Hope you'll check it out. And thanks for watching again today. And I'll talk to you in the next video. If you appreciate any of these messages, I would appreciate if you would subscribe and tell your friends about it, and share some of the messages if any of the other messages I have help you change your mind about something that you're concerned about. I'd appreciate that. Talk to you later.